Hello and welcome to the Pharmacy Informatics Professor 2020 with your host, Dr. Armin Simonian. In today's Journal Club episode, I want to talk about iodine allergy. So I ran across an article, a recent article, and it's very interesting to me. It's not specifically about pharmacy informatics, but it has potentially very significant implications for pharmacy informatics and specifically our electronic health records and clinical decision support. So I wanted to take a look at this article and discuss what I'm talking about in terms of how it applies to pharmacy informatics. So let's bring up the presentation and take a look specifically at this article. So the title, you'll see, Iodine Allergy, Common Misperceptions. And they're talking about the recording of iodine, shellfish, and seafood on our electronic health records as an allergy. They did a literature review and they reviewed 81 articles on this topic. And look at the results. The results indicate that iodine has not been shown to be the allergen responsible for allergic reactions to iodinated contrast media, amiodarone, povidone iodine, and other iodine-containing compounds. So in radiology, our imaging departments, they found that 66 to 89% of the time, the physicians ask the patient if they're allergic to iodine, shellfish, or seafood. And in the package inserts of these contrast media, you'll find often contraindications for people who have iodine, shellfish, or seafood allergies. Now, according to this article, this is a misconception. It's not the iodine that's causing the problem, and it's not the shellfish either. It is the meat proteins within the shellfish itself that are causing the allergic reaction, but it's not really an iodine allergy. So as we know, we've discussed before, there are three components to CDSS systems. So inference engine and the knowledge base and communication mechanism. So the knowledge base is all of the information that's collected. This is usually done by a third party. And if you notice, two of the authors on this article are from First Data Bank, which is one of our prime knowledge bases that is used in some of our major electronic health record systems for clinical decision support, such as drug interactions, diagnoses, treatment guidelines, and also, of course, allergy checking. Now, the key points that they end up after doing this review of 81 articles is that there is little or no published evidence that iodine or iodide can behave as an antigen that is recognized by the immune system. So they say that iodine is an essential nutrient in the body, and so they're saying basically that this is not recognized, iodine itself is not recognized by the immune system as an antigen. The term iodine allergy should no longer be used. They're advocating for us to stop using this term, iodine allergy, because its use substantiates a cross-sensitivity that is not supported by the evidence. So in their literature review, this idea of an iodine allergy is not supported. And their conclusion, there's a lack of evidence to support cross-reactivity between iodine-containing compounds in so-called iodine allergic individuals. So all of those drugs and contrast media that I talked about, amiodarone and the contrast dyes and povidone iodine, what this article is saying is that it's not the iodine that's a problem, and that's not causing the allergies. So this has major implications for pharmacy informatics and clinical decision support. As you know, in our systems, when we record these allergies, if amiodarone is ordered or a contrast dye is ordered, we'll get a pop-up warning basically stating that this is contraindicated for the patient because of the allergy. And according to this article, that's a false positive warning. So basically, we're having some non-specificity alert fatigue that could be attributed to the recording of an iodine allergy when that terminology really is not real according to the evidence that they're seeing in the literature. Now, the knowledge-based companies cannot basically eliminate iodine allergy warnings in the system, because if you look at the package inserts of some of these drugs that we've mentioned, specifically the contrast dyes, they will, in the package insert, indicate that there's a contraindication for using that contrast media in patients that are have a shellfish allergy or iodine allergy. And so this is a problem, and legally, I think that it really puts the knowledge-based company in a position where they really have to continue to have the information in place for the EHR to do a warning, allergy warning, for patients that have the iodine or shellfish or seafood allergy recorded, and pop up a warning anytime amiodarone or a contrast media or other item that's on that list is ordered for that patient. Now, if we look at the literature as pharmacy informaticists, and we believe the evidence that's out there and feel that there's no value to warning the clinician in our electronic health records if the patient has one of these allergies indicated and a contrast dye is ordered, we don't see value then, if we believe the evidence, for a pop-up warning. So we could start the revolution, the change, and go to our Pharmacy and Therapeutics Committee and discuss this issue and see if there's agreement that maybe at that institution on that electronic health record, you could selectively deactivate the warnings for these allergy pop-ups in these cases where there's an allergy or shellfish allergy recorded, and then the contrast dye or amiodarone or other drug on the list is ordered. That could be something that's specific to your institution. And over time, we might find that there's a revision in even in the package inserts or recommendations or the list of contraindications for these drugs. And there might be a change that occurs over time. But this is a historic issue that has been taken as fact and has been put in place and has been there for a long period of time. So it's probably going to take a lot of time to reverse it and change the philosophy on this iodine allergy. But again, as pharmacy informaticists, we might take the initiative to look at the evidence and do an evidence-based decision to not warn on these allergies. So, wow, a very interesting article, and something that has major implications for the pharmacy informaticists and clinical decision support systems within our EHRs. So hopefully this was very interesting and thought-provoking for you as a student or as a pharmacist or pharmacy informaticist. And if it was, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll thank you for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, look after the health of others, and I'll continue to work on more episodes and hope to see you next time. Take care.